if tackle isn't an option and we're looking at tight end and cornerback, do you just automatically go corner because of the value of the position?
I don't think automatic thing. It depends on their board, Brian. You know how that goes. The old board, right? Where do we have them ranked? And if you have the tight end ranked higher, why not? I mean, tight end is a quarterback's best friend, right? And you go get another one? My goodness. And in this draft, where you're sitting, think about it. Dalton Kincaid might still be sitting there. Michael Mayer could still be sitting there. If you like Luke Musgrave, if you like Sam Laporta, if you like a lot of tight ends in this one. That may be the reason some people would say I'd go get the other position because I can come back and get a tight end later.
In a draft that is said to not be deep, right? 3-4 rounds, and that's where the impact guys come from. Would you be aggressive this year, or would you be looking towards next year and trying to stockpile?
I never try to look too far towards next year because I don't know what's going to happen for me. I don't know where I'm going to be drafting. I don't know how my season's going to go. Every time I see one of those articles, somebody always writes an article for the quarterbacks this year. Well, would it be wise to not draft quarterback this year and just go get Caleb Williams from USC next year? Well, if I knew I was going to get him, sure. I don't know where I'm going to be. Am I even going to be in range? Is he going to be the same guy next year? Is he going to be thought of as the number one guy? Brian, how many times have we seen a guy as a freshman or a sophomore? He's the number one guy. And by the time he comes out, he's going in the 7th round. Now, that's not going to happen with Caleb Williams. It's not my point. It's just I don't play for tomorrow. I work for today.
So we started this by talking about the fact that Jaguars were in unusual territory at 24. They've had the number one pick the 2 previous seasons. Let me ask you about those guys. We'll start with Trayvon Walker. He had a productive year, but he didn't have that explosive year. What would you expect from him in year 2?
I expect to see more of why he was drafted, more of those traits developing. Remember, he wasn't asked to rush the passer as often at Georgia as other people were. So what they were banking on is he has the traits, he has the explosiveness, he has the ability. Where's the work coming in, and will we see it pay off on the field? That's why we don't judge it on 1 year. Because remember, he was taken for, we call it traits. Aiden Hutchinson was taken because production, even though both of them had, but Hutchinson's production was way off the board. And because he had that big year, everybody's like, well, you should have taken. Let's wait and see how it goes. We have the same thing this year with Tyree Wilson and Will Anderson. Which way you going? Because Will Anderson's sack numbers are like double Tyree Wilson's in college. But a lot of people like Tyree Wilson, the upside.
When you look at him.
When you look at him, you're like, yeah, I like that a lot. So I would expect Walker to make a move in that direction. You know, he's had a full year of playing. He'll be asked to go get the quarterback more. Here's his opportunity.
And then let's finish with a guy who's giving everyone optimism in Jacksonville, and that's Trevor Lawrence. Year 1, for reasons that had nothing to do with him, was a complete disaster. Year 2, well, we saw how that one ended up. What do you see from him?
I just think that when we go back to the playoff game, and it's halftime, and he's had a rough first half, to put it mildly, and the head coach is just like, he's fine. We just got to do this. We got to do that. And then it all came together. I don't know that I saw a better moment in the NFL last year. A coach understanding how to work with his young quarterback, what his team needed at that time, and then them feeling it from their head coach and it translating. And that's what you saw with that young man. He is who we thought he was going to be coming out of school. This year's class, we poke holes in every quarterback. There weren't many we poked into Trevor Lawrence. We thought he's going to be a dude. He's headed towards being a dude.